You guys ever zoomed in and out on the art to make it look like it's like rave art?
Rave art?
No, I haven't, but I'll try it.
Why? Why? What's the point?
For fun.
I
gotta really hype up Coral Town.
I don't have fun, so I don't understand.
We'll work on that.
Hello, fellow geeks. Welcome to our recording of Pirate Borg by Limithron, published by Free League. We are going on some adventures across the 7 seas today. Well, actually across 1 sea and then on a cursed island, but we'll get to that later. We have the normal geek crew today. I'm Tori. I'm running this game, which is not usual. I'm taking on the GM mantle, which is fun. I haven't done that for a hot minute on the channel. This is a game where characters can die easily, so let's introduce you guys and your characters for the moment, with the knowledge that we may be switching it up partway through the sessions. So, Chase, why don't you introduce your character first? And I do want to, I think the idiosyncrasies and the flaws and stuff like that in this game are really funny, so if you don't mind, please give a full picture, the full color picture of your pirate.
Sure, I'm playing Bastion, but you can call me Boom, because that's what my foes do when I shoot them with much accuracy. My distinctive flaws are, I've been told incorrectly that I'm quite stupid, but also my motto is, why pay for anything when you can steal it? Just like I did this very nice coat. I have matted, dreaded blonde hair. It's beautifully well kept. And my thing of importance, I have a memorized poem that sounds like a treasure map. Also, I have a silent ghost that haunts me. Only I can see it, but I promise it's there.
Wow. That's quite a package.
Did I mention I'm quite wealthy?
You did not. I think it's funny, though, that you're very wealthy, yet you steal everything. Maybe that's why you
How
are
else do you
so
get wealthy?
That's true. That's a fair point. All right. Em, who are you playing today?
Today, I am playing Flood. Flood is a brash fighter with bravado and swagger. A sailor by trade, cocky by nature. I'm missing a hand, replaced by a claw instead. My odd thing, you must know, is that I talk to myself when I'm alone, and perhaps I think I'm alone when I am not alone. My last crew had a very sorrowful downfall where they were killed by undead. Luckily, I survived to be here entertaining you today. That's about it. That's all you need to know about Flood.
Did you know that flood is what it's called when you get too much water in your home?
Don't talk to me, Bastion.
I thought you might want to know.
Don't talk to me, Bastion. As much as possible, keep your thoughts and your mouth to yourself.
Keep your mouth to yourself, Chase.
Keep your mouth to yourself.
Do what I want.
All right, last but not least, Mies. Katie, who are you playing today?
I believe it's pronounced Mies.
Mies? Well, Katie is the authority in that area, so why don't you tell us?
Well, me's me. Me's me. I have the muscles of a god, magic, if you must know. I've been told that my cheering can sometimes be sardonic, but I don't think that that's accurate. But if you put down a plate of old rats in front of me, that's a pretty tasty meal, if I do say so myself. I have the voice of an angel as well, and it makes a lot of good-looking people very jealous. That's, I'm very attractive. I do also, despite not having so much memory, except for a few days ago when I woke up and had rats for breakfast, I have definitive proof that my enemy is, they've done a crime. I have definitive proof. It's in me box. It's where it's going to stay, is in me box.
I hate to tell you, but you don't have the voice of an angel.
I have the voice of an angel.
Angels make a sound much like an elephant, if you've ever seen one of those.
Have you seen an angel? Why would you even know, Bastion?
I've heard
Bastion.
one.
Bastion, I have some fantastic advice for you. Calm down.
I'm very calm. I'm just providing you all with knowledge.
Why? That's very...
Because your average pirate is quite uneducated, and I aim to fix that.
What? No, all you need is a good old stick or chair, or perhaps the end of a musket, and you just bash the shit out of people's faces.
That's not how you use a musket.
That's how you use a musket.
Oh, dear.
Pipe down, ye billdrets! All hands to stations! Captain Davies, the captain of your ship, who is captain of the God's Eye, starts shouting orders from the top deck. You guys have all been hired onto his ship. You've not been a long-standing part of his crew. You just came on for this particular job, as many pirates are wont to do, you know, not particularly loyal to any ship, more like loyal to coin. And Captain Davies was paying for this job. So you boarded his ship and you've been sailing your way to an island called Black Coral Bay. You've not been to this island before, but you have come to learn that Captain Davies runs a small but well-oiled smuggling operation out of Black Coral Bay. So, you've been sailing for a few days now, and I would love to know what you each have been doing aboard the ship. I mean, sailing life is fairly mundane. It's been a pretty uneventful trip so far. So, what are your different jobs aboard the ship? How have you guys been passing the time?
Well, I am, of course, the navigator, so I've been manning the compass and telling the captain which direction we should be heading.
I prefer to spend my time up in sails. The rigging.
I avoid work anywhere I can. I find my time better suited with motivational speeches and bestowing wisdom. When the captain makes me do something, I get by.
Lazy bastard.
Very good. Also, I don't know why, but when you said sales, my brain went to like sales department. And it was like, I don't think pirates have that. Yes, I prefer to be the client representation.
I have my perfume, I spritz.
Oh, that's so funny.
Hawking my wares aboard the ship. Yeah, very good. Well, you guys have now come within sight of a small spit of land that you learn is Black Coral Bay. It's a small island. It does have a town, and I wouldn't go so far as to call it a city, but it does have some people living there, albeit small population. And you guys have been hearing lots of rumors over the course of your trip from some of the more experienced members of Captain Davies' crew who have been here before, who've maybe been on with him for a few runs. And you haven't really been able to get details so far, but everything you've heard, there's sort of a general whisper from the crew that this island is cursed. There's some curse. You hear snatches of like, you know, don't go wandering around after dark on the island. Just sort of an ominous feel. But none of the sailors seem like panicked about this. They've been here before. They kind of know how it goes. So it sounds like if you kind of know how to navigate your way around the island and you kind of know the rules to abide by, then it should be fine. And you're pirates anyway. Curses and things like that. It's just sort of all a manner of course, you know. So you guys pull up into the bay of the island. Let me go ahead and switch maps here so you can kind of see the layout. And Katie, if you want to throw up the Black Coral Bay map for chat to see, so they can get a sense of what this island looks like. Right in the middle, this is where the big bay is where Coral Town is located. That's kind of the one and only point of civilization on this island. However, this is not where you pull your ship in. although that's where the main docks are. Instead, Captain Davies comes around to the west side of the island, where there's a smaller bay and a beach that you hear is called Carcass Beach. So named for the carcass of half of a ship that has washed ashore, that they say used to belong to Sir Francis Drake. Anyway, you guys drop anchor in this bay outside of Carcass Beach and start loading up all of the dinghies, to row the cargo to shore. The boxes are pretty heavy. I guess I should ask, has anyone bothered or been curious about what specifically Captain Davies is transporting?
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
It wouldn't be too terribly difficult to figure out. After asking around, you figure out that most of what is on this ship is a substance called ash, which is a hallucinogenic psychedelic drug that runs in the black market. It's pretty lucrative, can be pretty lucrative, and it's made from the remains of undead. So I don't know what poor soul decided to try this for the first time, but whoever did discovered its wild properties, and now there's a pretty healthy demand for it, apparently here on the island and potentially elsewhere. So you guys are loading these boxes of ash into the dinghies. I suppose before we get to that, knowing what this cargo is, would any of you have tried to sneak some on board the ship? I don't know what kind of vices you pirates dabble in, but...
Absolutely.
Okay, Bastion. Why don't you tell me how you went about trying to scrape some of the cargo for yourself?
So when I'm supposed to be doing work, I would have just tried to slip towards the cargo. I'm not going to try to steal a crate of this, but just a little sniffle wouldn't hurt.
Okay. Go ahead and let's do our first roll, shall we?
I imagine you sniff it.
It is... Let me double check that.
Everyone knows it's a symbol of wealth to inhale everything.
Huh.
That is
Sure,
true.
we can say you snort it. It doesn't. It just says consumed. So I think you can do. You can do
Excellent.
it
The
however
nostrils
you
are the
like.
golden shovel of the body.
Is that a saying?
Yes.
Well, no, it's obviously the muscles.
It was spoken first by King Princeton II.
I'm not there. I
Wise
tried
man.
not to be around Bastion.
Go ahead and make an agility check, Bastion, to slip unnoticed.
That's bad.
Well, you
That's
can
a
give
6.
it a go. 6. Yeah. That doesn't work out for you very well, and you actually spend the remaining days aboard this ship in the brig.
Do I get at least a little sniffle first?
Sure. Why not? For fun, because this rollable table is fun. So you're caught. We'll say you're caught in the act, but you get a little first. Go ahead and roll.
I know I'm going to the brick, so I aggressively just try to take a sniff before they drag
As
me
they're
away.
like pulling you away, you're like,
Just a
I need to
handful.
try it!
all right, go ahead and roll a d20.
Yup. That's a 2-7.
I need you to roll a d6 for me, please.
That's a 1.
So you spend the rest of that day thinking, fully believing that you are a bilge rat. And I mean in the literal sense.
Excellent. Yeah, I'm just going to be squeaking and rolling around in the brig.
It's a pretty disturbing sight.
Might be the one time I do spend time around Bastion.
Eventually, though, after about a day, you start to come to... The whole thing felt like a very lucid dream as a rat. You felt like you were fully embodying a rat and that you just experienced life as from the rat's perspective for 24 hours.
Oh, that was great. I think I stole so much stuff.
like you believed that you stole so much
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably were like slipping through the bars of the
Yeah, I
bridge,
just have my face just pressed against the bars, squeaking.
sniffing your nose. Yeah. Very good. So, you guys all board a dinghy together with, we'll say, one other crew member. Who else is aboard your dinghy helping you guys? Give me a dumb
Dirty
pirate
Joe.
name. Dirty Joe. Okay. Dirty Joe is with you. He's not very popular. I don't know if there are many. I don't know if you can be popular in a pirate crew, but he's like especially unpopular. Oh, Flood is popular. Okay.
Obviously.
Fair enough. But Dirty Joe is so named because he is definitely dirtier than most pirates. And he smells terrible. So a lot of people keep a pretty wide berth away from him. He also is infested with bugs, like fleas, and sometimes you see like roaches crawling around on him. It's gross. He's gross.
Or you really latched onto the name Dirty Joe quickly, and I appreciate that about you.
Well, good. I also happen to know that infested with bugs is one of the flaws that your characters can have, and I saw that one and I was like, that is horrifying. I'm gonna use it. So
Success.
Yeah, you guys had the misfortune of getting paired up with him on this dinghy. But you've loaded the boxes in. It's not too big of a deal. And who's rowing? Who's on the rows? We'll call this a two-man job.
I will row the entire thing. My muscles will
All
take
by
us
yourself.
there.
All right, Mies, go ahead and give me a strength check.
I'll gladly give you a strength check.
Oh,
My.
get that dirty 20.
So gonna get
A
us to
dirty
the
20.
shore.
Yeah, this
Dirty
is
20 for Dirty
exceptional.
Joe.
Dirty Joe isn't anywhere near this. It's Mies. I am handling this.
I thought you were Dirty Joe.
No, do I look
You're in the
dirty?
brig.
A
Well,
bit.
not now. He's on the dinghy.
Oh, okay.
You were
there-
a rat not 24
Yes.
hours ago.
A clean one, though. What a
But
shape-shifting experience.
You will unpack that later.
Yeah, so Mies is making an impressive show of this rowing job. Pretty much every other dinghy is in fact being manned on the oars by two different sailors, but Mies is manhandling this like a champion. They are powering through, and you guys are making great progress, speeding toward Carcass Beach here. I wanted to mention that for those who haven't played this before, this is a D20 system, but the modifiers are pretty small. So frequently your stats could have negative modifiers or like a +1, maybe like +2, +3 if you're exceptional. So a 20 is a pretty high check, and 18 is usually like the highest difficulty rating that I would set for anything. So just to give a little perspective at how impressive Mies is. So Mies is rowing away. What are the rest of you doing on this dinghy? Dirty Joe is also kind of lazy. That's another reason that nobody really likes him that much. So he's not that helpful. He's sitting in the back of the dinghy, just kind of lounging. His feet are like propped up on the side of the dinghy. He's like laying back, taking up way more room than he needs to with his smell and his bugs.
I would like, Tori, if possible, to grab Dirty Joe by the ankle and just tip him up and over the edge.
You
Into
want to
the
toss
water.
him overboard?
Yeah, just like a quick little
Okay. No patience for this, Blood. Sure,
No.
go ahead and make a strength check.
I would be thrilled to do so. What about a 15?
A 15 is enough. He's not ready for this. He's just lounging around. And you come at him quickly and suddenly, and before he really has a minute to get his legs under him, you have tipped him overboard into the bay.
Goodbye, Mies.
That was so amazing.
He's floundering and paddling up on the surface of the water and kind of shouting both in anger and a little bit in fear. The water here is pretty clear. This is like tropical island, so the water's quite beautiful. This clear turquoise. You can see all the way down to the bottom. You're estimating it's maybe about 15 to 20 feet deep here. And to your surprise, you haven't really seen a bay like this before, because it does look like coral down at the ocean floor, but it's all black and super spiky. And it seems like it's moving ever so slowly. Like the whole sea floor is just slowly shifting around.
I will offer a hook to Dirty Joe. Just thought you needed a bath, Joe. Perhaps you can go by your real name
That's
now.
Mies.
Yeah, I don't need a bath. Get your eyes checked.
Bastion, I will explain this to you a single time. The one rowing the boat is Mies. The one in the water is Dirty Joe.
Oh, this is exhausting. You'll learn to keep track of the names one day.
Is Bastion going in the water next?
No. I see.
Perhaps.
All right, Dirty Joe does take your hook. You guys are still kind of rowing along, and you've approached a kelp forest. So the black seafloor disappears in the thick of this kelp that is a dark, murky green, and you really can't see much below the surface because it all is kind of right there. So as Mies has sort of kept rowing along, Dirty Joe is paddling after you to grab your hook hand, Flood. You're trying to pull him up. As he reaches the side of the boat, he gets yanked down into the kelp and disappears from the water's surface.
Oh.
And not a dive. He clearly, was like reaching and then just whoop, gets pulled straight down.
Oh.
Where'd he go?
Well, the coral sharks ate him, clearly.
Listen to me. Listen to me very closely.
You say that a lot.
It's because you
Oh,
don't.
listen. Exactly. Thank you, Mies. We need to pretend like we saw nothing, and we need to get off the water as quickly as possible. Mies, is there any way to go a little bit faster?
I will row with all of my strength.
Wait, this is Mies.
My God. Lord above.
You guys are leaving Dirty
Mies-
Joe to his fate.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Mies is just this
Fuck that guy.
faster. Yeah. We don't fuck with the water. If the water wants somebody, the water takes.
Did Dirty Joe leave anything on the boat?
Good question.
Case asks the good questions, yeah.
Why don't you go ahead and roll a presence check for me?
Yeah, presence
Is that something you're
check.
good at, Chase?
Yeah. No.
A 6. Yeah, you don't see anything of use, at least immediately. Maybe with, if you really checked under the benches and stuff, you could find something. But none of his valuable personal effects. Seems like they've all been lost too.
Cool. I see
Water.
unconcerned with him dying, but I just look for seeing if he has anything left on.
Sure, obviously. Yeah. So, you guys are paddling, hoofing it to shore, as it were, now that something has pulled Dirty Joe under the kelp. And as you are navigating through this thick kelp, something bumps really hard against the bottom of your dinghy and kind of sends the boat rocking a little bit. I need to know if you guys will need to hold on to avoid getting kind of toppled overboard. But the boxes are also at risk here. So I just want to know what your guys' first instinct is, whether that's securing the cargo or securing yourselves.
Wait, the cargo is on the dinghy with no
Yes.
supervision right now?
Well, you guys are paddling. That's your priority.
Okay.
and you've loaded the box. It's like, we'll say it's like a stack of 4 boxes, not 4 high, but like 2 across, 2 high kind of thing. So I'll just say the top boxes are the ones in danger of toppling. You could, of course, try to secure them, or you could try to hold on to the boat yourselves. I just need to know what your reaction is here.
If there's multiple boxes that look not a risk, then my priority is myself.
Okay. I'll need you to make an agility check to hold on. Flood, how about you?
So they're not tied down. They're not lashed down. I can't like grab a rope and like rehook it and kind of stabilize them and myself at the same time.
No.
Then
You
I'm
guys
gonna
were
save
lazy
myself.
pirates.
Saving myself. Agility. Agility?
Okay. Yes, that'll be agility. Mies, how about you?
Oh no. I am trying to, because I have both oars, I'm going to try to like counterbalance the dinghy to stop things from falling.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You can make an agility check. I think yours will be slightly easier because you're in a pretty good position to try and help this.
And,
That's not going to
Bye,
help a 4,
crew.
though.
I would like to use Devil's Luck to reroll. So I don't want to go
Okay.
into the water.
Okay. Fair enough.
Here comes a much better roll for you, Tori. 12.
12. All right. Mies, you devil's luck in it, or you just letting it lie?
Yeah, I'm gonna devil's luck it because it's
Okay.
cargo and I'm better than that.
Better than that.
I'm a little
You're
better
not.
than
Are
that.
you better than that?
Not
Much
better.
better.
Only slightly. All right. With a 6, unfortunately, Mies, you are able to stay in the boat yourself, being kind of in the center with both oars. But one of the boxes does indeed go toppling overboard. Flood and Bastion, you guys are also able to secure yourselves, but you all see this box of valuable contraband go tumbling into the kelp and quickly disappear below the surface of the water as it sinks down. And you hear the shout from Captain Davies. He says, "What ye be doing watching that tumble overboard? Get ye sorry selves into the water now before I blow your brains out myself."
Wait, is the captain in the dinghy with us?
No, but he's a few dinghies back. He's kind of like supervising, all this cargo coming to shore. He's being rowed in his own dinghy, and he's standing up, kind of watching everything happen. He took notice of you when Dirty Joe went overboard and then got dragged down. And now there is a box of his valuable loot in the water. And
It's
he
too
seems
late,
none too
Captain.
pleased.
When the powder's wet, it's ruined.
I want no excuses from the likes of ye. Now get in the water. He is directing his dinghy toward your boat now to try and kind of come up alongside you guys.
Captain, I'll wrestle you for it, but you have to catch us first, and then if I knock your fucking block off, you go in yourself after your own damn shit.
So you're just rowing?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I like about you, Dirty Joe.
I'm not Dirty Joe, me. Mies. Mies is I is Mies.
Yes, use.
I'm going to knock you over next.
So Mies is just powering through said kelp forest. Captain Davies seems furious that you are defying his orders. You think while maybe you have avoided having to go into the water, you are going to have to deal with an angry pirate captain once you do reach shore. Not
It's
to
fine.
mention probably not getting paid. So I guess I'll direct the question out to Flood and Bastion. Are you guys going along with this?
I'm not going in the water.
All right.
Isn't your name Flood because you are good at swimming?
I slap him. I slap him before he can finish speaking.
Do you want to make this a full attack here?
No, it's not. I don't want to do permanent damage to his face.
You just
I just
smack
want
him
him to stop
upside the
talking.
head. Okay.
Apologies, I must have been thinking of somebody else.
Captain Davies pulls his pistol out he isn't quite aiming it at you guys because he's like a bit far still, but he pulls it out and seems ready to use it, and he like shouts down to the sailors rowing his dinghy to hurry up and catch that boat. And actually he yells out to the rest of the crew because there are a few other dinghies around, and he yells, "First one to get me that sunken box gets double the pay. And whatever loot they've got on them." And he points to your dinghy.
All right, Captain. All right. I'm gonna jump in after it.
Oh, right here?
Yeah.
Okay, Mies has rowed away from where the box originally fell, so you're gonna have to cover a bit of distance in the kelp.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is just Chase signaling that he's done playing Bastion.
Yeah.
Or he wants double the cut.
Double the cut.
That's a lot of money. And he's tried that ash once. He's ready to go fish it out of the water for more. Mies, are you continuing on with Bastion diving into the water? You leaving him behind, basically.
Yeah, and looking at Flood and going, "Watch the captain give him absolutely nothing."
All right, Bastion, I need to see a strength roll from you as you swim through this thick kelp.
A strength roll?
Yeah.
Sweet. I'm great at those.
Liar.
6. The
6.
number of the evening.
You are slow. The kelp is really thick, and you're kind of just doggy paddling here up on the surface. You're making very slow progress, especially since Mies, being the brute that they are, rowed, several feet away.
I would like to point out I left my musket and my coat on the boat.
Okay,
and my
very
satchel.
good.
New
Okay,
things.
But not my coin satchel.
do you have what do you have on you?
I have my coins and my
Oh.
clothes, but not my
Okay.
coat.
Okay. So you're paddling through. It's kind of a pathetic display, to be honest, for Flood and Mies watching up from their safe spot in the dinghy. And as you paddle along, Bastion, you feel something brush your leg that is more solid than the kelp.
I just
obviously.
kicked so hard.
Okay, go ahead and make an attack with your strength.
A 4.
4. You kick water. You kick
Nice.
kelp. You don't feel it. Something solid definitely bumped up against your leg.
Nice. I get all itchy crawly and I start swimming like an idiot because I stroke, kick. But I kick straight back like a donkey kick because I'm freaked out.
Even more like an idiot. All right. You're continuing on. Mies, I think you're able to... Well, go ahead and make one more strength check as you're rowing along.
Ha! 19.
Wow. Another... Man, so strong.
Mies is meant to row, okay? Mies was born to row.
But what are you doing on the dinghy? I know you're not diving in, but are you looking around in the water, or what are you doing?
So Flood is actually mostly laying flat in the dinghy at the back. So I'm watching Bastion. So I'm clinging onto the back of the dinghy, eyes just over the edge, waiting for him to die.
Hey, would you like to make a presence check to kind of see if you can catch sight
I
of
would
what's
love to. That's
splashing
not
around?
really my jam. I'm not very good at that, but here's a 10.
With the 10, yeah, you can't catch a clear sight. You do spot
see that
like
he's
a
panicking.
pale. Yeah, you definitely see he's panicking, and you see just the flash of something pale colored in the kelp, but it's so fast you don't get any sense for what it could be, but it definitely stands out against the murky kelp.
I'm gonna just do a soft little dirge to myself. Watery grave Bastion.
All right, Bastion. You are paddling along. You're making some progress. I need you to make a presence check to try and find where this box might be in all this thick kelp.
Oh
my gosh.
Would you consider using Devil's Luck to cancel that crit? Or crit fail?
Yeah.
So okay, yeah, that's fine. Go ahead. So it's just a regular failure. You're using a Devil's Luck point. It's not a reroll. You just aren't fumbling here.
Uh-huh.
The result here is maybe obvious to you. This is a thick kelp forest. You cannot see anything below a few feet. You can't even really see to your feet within the water here, as you think this is where it fell overboard, and you're kind of now treading water, trying to push aside the kelp and look down through this water, but you're just having no luck. The kelp is quickly tangling back up in itself as soon as you push it aside.
All right, I'm swimming for the closest boat.
All right, as you do, I need you to make an agility check.
Can I shoot at anything? Can I see anything with his musket?
You can't see anything right now.
Okay.
11. You
Oh,
said
what?
Bastion.
What you do see is Bastion get yanked under the kelp. Bastion, you are yanked underwater. You feel a hand, it definitely feels like a hand, grab your ankle and just yank you down underneath the surface of the water. You can hold your breath for a minimum of 30 seconds while you are under duress, which I would say you are.
Uh-huh.
Plus it's 1 minute plus your toughness, and then you cut it in half when you are doing strenuous activities.
Sweet. I've been in duress the entire time.
Yeah. So how long do you have then?
30 seconds.
Okay. You don't have any toughness to add to it.
Nope.
Great. All right. You've got 30 seconds here. You're yanked underwater. You can't see too much, but as you're looking around, you do see a pale, pallid, partly flesh-covered hand, partly skeletal, gripped around your leg, and an eerie pale glow kind of deeper down into the kelp where it seems to be dragging you.
Oh boy.
What do you do?
We're gonna do all that we can, which is try to break free of it, I guess.
Okay, that's gonna be a strength check.
Can I shoot Bastion just to put him out of his misery if he fails this?
You can't see him anymore.
Well, I'll just shoot
You
blindly
do
into the
see
water.
splashing and stuff.
Yeah, I can fire below the splashing.
Well, it's gonna
All right.
guess. It's fine.
I am going to use my last Devil's Luck to lower this test by 4,
All right,
and we're just gonna try to break free.
love it. Oh, well, actually, I guess you guys haven't seen it yet, but oh no! Oh no!
Yes.
That's
The amount of nat ones you've rolled is hilarious.
Yes.
It's been like all
It's-
5 and under.
It's.
hilarious.
I'm here for it.
All right, that's a fumble. I'm all out of Devil's Luck.
Yeah, so you are trying to break free, and you feel claws suddenly. So this hand is still gripping your ankle, and you see another skeletal, fleshy, semi-skeletal, decaying hand slash out, and it just scratches deep gashes into your calf muscle.
Uh-huh.
You're gonna take, let me roll.
Oh.
3 damage.
Oh, I'm fine.
3 damage as this claw slashes into your leg. Back up on the surface of the water, Blood, you do see splashing and struggling. You cannot at all see Bastion through the kelp, but if you wanted to just take a random shot into the water, you certainly can.
I will. I'll go up to my knees and I'll shout a warning to the captain so the captain doesn't think I'm firing on his own people. And I'm just it's like, it's got him! It's got him in the water! And I'm gonna pow with Bastion's musket. Now, I don't have the musket on my character
I'll do an
sheet,
attack for you.
but I have a +1 strength.
It is with presence when you're shooting a gun.
Oh,
Mhm.
I have 0 presence.
All right, then it'll just be a flat roll.
Okay, so I'll just minus my presence.
Oh
from
no,
this.
I was gonna roll my my
Oh,
20.
Yeah,
okay,
Just
don't
roll
worry
it.
about it then.
Yeah, it'll just be a flat.
Please, Chase.
You're rolling bad.
Please.
That's
oh,
better.
it's just a
Bad.
10.
Yeah, it splashes down into the water pretty close to where all of the ruckus is going on, but the narrator knows that you didn't hit, but Flood, you don't know. Maybe you hit something, maybe you didn't. You don't even know what's down there. But you fire away.
Right away. Okay.
And it'll take 2 rounds basically to reload that musket.
Starting.
Yeah.
I'm starting. Hopefully someone else will help him.
Mies, the other dinghies that were sort of on course to kind of pass over where Bastion was because they, heard double the cut. Here we go. A few are starting to veer their paths away from where all of that is happening, much to Captain Davies' dismay and fury. Back in the water, Bastion, it's your go.
Uh-huh.
You are under the water. You've got, each round here is 6 seconds. So we're on round 2. Basically, you've got 5 rounds before you drown.
That's a funny joke. I don't think I can really do anything but struggle. So, I mean, I got nothing to chop my own leg off with.
Darn,
So
if only.
we're gonna try again.
Okay.
Oh, you should have taken my cutlass.
Whoa! The luck has come and blessed
That's
you.
a nat 20.
Nat 20. You finally are able to struggle free from this kelp that in the hand that had gripped you. You were sort of half tangled in the kelp, half gripped by this skeletal hand. You shake yourself free and start swimming to the surface. Is that what your plan is? Okay.
I'm gonna pop up. I'm going towards the surface.
You're headed that way. Very good. All right. Now that you have a little more control of the situation, you're kicking your way up toward the surface and you steal a glance down below you. And with your kicking, the kelp has sort of pushed aside for a moment and you see this decaying corpse is like clawing its way through the kelp after you.
Oh yeah, no, everything's gone. We're just running, swimming, we're kicking.
It looks like it's got an old rotting tricorn hat on. It looks, for all intents and purposes, like a drowned sailor, basically. But it's got just empty eye sockets that are filled with this horrible green, sickening glow.
Corey, do their clothes look familiar? Like maybe a Dirty Joe, perhaps?
It does not look like Dirty Joe.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, it looks like another nondescript sailor who potentially suffered the same fate as Dirty Joe. But
who knows?
Yes, it seems like this particular ill-fated pirate has been in the water much longer than Dirty Joe. He's very much like half skeleton here. And he's got like bites taken out of the flesh that remains. It's very ghastly. Anyway, it is moving after you and it's gonna claw at you again, Bastion, with its horrible skeletal hand. Okay. And you need to make an agility check to dodge this.
Yep. How about a 3?
A 3 is not gonna do it. You are gonna take some more damage. One, you're still alive.
In there. Okay.
Still kicking, literally. Back up on the water surface. Flood, I imagine you're spending this time reloading the musket. Mies, you're still paddling along.
Yeah, where the hell is the shore? Like, this
you're getting
seems like
close. You're
1,000
getting close.
years. Okay.
I mean, every round is 6 seconds here, so it would take.
It's a lot.
You're
Katie's
going
never
pretty fast.
sailed to an island before.
I have not. It's true.
They have to weigh anchor pretty far out from the beach.
Just think of Sea of Thieves.
I don't want to. That's no.
I don't want to. You can't make me.
You can't make me relive that.
All right. But you are making progress and you're pretty close. And in fact, Flood, this shot is getting harder and harder because you are getting farther and farther away. But maybe that's a good thing because that means you're getting closer and closer to potential safety here. And Bastion left his most valuable stuff up on the dinghy.
That
here,
includes
so.
a relic.
You had a relic?
I had a relic.
Oh my. Okay, well, we'll get into that in a minute. Bastion, it's back to you.
Just closest boat, rock thing, anything to get out of the water, I'm going.
Okay, there is one foolhardy dinghy that thinks maybe they can get in on this double the cut action, particularly while whatever seems to be in the water is maybe distracted with you.
Nice.
So
That's going to be my dinghy if they're in the water.
They're not terribly far, but it is going to take a strength check, I think, to get there on this round.
Here we go. 10.
10.
Yes.
10 is not good enough. 12 is what you needed.
Nice.
So you're back to that pathetic doggy paddle. You're just not a very good swimmer, are you, Bastion?
Nope.
Not today. And your
No,
leg
not
is
ever.
sore.
Ever.
No, not
Yeah.
ever. And I will tell you this, the dinghy is not helping you. They don't seem like they want you to come over here. So they're doing their best to kind of avoid you.
Am I above the surface now? At
You
least?
are now. You have broken the surface, so you
I'm
can
going to
breathe.
scream, "Devil's in the water! Dirty Joe, save me!"
Mies is like 25 yards away by now.
Mies
Not
isn't
a
even
chance.
like acknowledging this yell at this point. If he's gonna be that stupid.
With this shout, now the dinghy that is closest to you, Bastion, they all look pretty panicked at this revelation. So while they were maybe thinking about trying to jump into the water to get this box, they look like they're thinking twice about that plan now. It is the skeleton zombie thing is paddling after you. Oh, and that reminds me, I should show you guys the picture. Katie, I should have cut it out because it's just a picture of all of the guy that we're talking about here is the one with like covered in kelp and wearing a tricorn hat, and I'll show you guys on Foundry as well.
Sick.
Okay, did that show for you guys? Yeah,
Yes,
it's
it
the
did.
second one on the right. So, or second on the left
Yeah.
on Foundry. Yeah,
I
and-
see him.
yeah. You know
I
what you're up
see him.
against.
I know it's getting me.
Yes.
Devil's
So
in the
that's
water.
that's the lovely chap who's just trying to get you to join his crew down below. That's all. He's recruiting.
He's a friendly fella.
Friendly fella. Speaking of the friendly fella, he is going to come. He's going to breach the surface of the water too, right behind you, Bastion. And it has this, like, almost like a lasso or like a noose of this kelp, and it tries to like throw the kelp over your head to try and drag you back down under the surface here.
Uh-huh.
You're gonna need an agility check to dodge this.
Here we go.
She's a
14.
good roll. All
I
right.
know.
You're alive. You're able to duck your way out of this kelp trap. And now you are just both up on the surface of the water, struggling with each other. Flood, now that the thing has breached, you see this pale, fleshy, skeletal figure struggling with Bastion. Would you like to take... Or no, you have one more round, actually, of loading. Unless you have any kind of feature. You're not one of the... What are you? What class are
I'm
you?
I'm the
I'm
one
a
that gets to
flint-
shoot faster.
I'm the flintlock fanatic. So if I have 3 flintlocks, I can shoot up to 3 pistols.
Do you
in
have
one
a
turn.
flintlock?
It did not come in my my.
That's
My
perfect.
things.
That's
Yes.
good.
That's rude.
Okay. You don't have any kind of quick reload with the flintlock thing. It's just you can fire them fast. Yeah.
Yeah, you can fire them fast, and it says that I can reload it as only 1 round.
I'll allow it for the musket then too. Why not? This is for fun.
I
Go
was
ahead and
trying
take
not
a
to
shot.
game the system, but I love it. Okay, this is with presence, with just a flat d20 for me.
Presents.
So
All right.
let's see it. I take careful aim, and bam!
And you
16.
do indeed hit it as it breaches. So
2d6,
go ahead and
right,
roll your
Chase?
damage.
2d6.
Boom.
What
Grand 10, Tori.
Ooh.
Okay, let me see if it survives here.
I seriously hope it does not.
You shoot it right through the skull, and it explodes onto Bastion's face. It's not really gore, because, like, the blood has long since drained from it and everything, but it is, like, gross, icky, slimy, kelp-covered, whatever's left of the brain. Yeah.
Not pleasant. Okay.
It's all over your face, Bastion.
There's a cheer from Flood. Just zero regard.
There's
for
a cheer from
Bastion's
the whole crew. That was a crack shot. They are so impressed with Flood. And it was from so far away, too.
Wasn't it?
It was
Mies is
glorious.
just, that was so good.
I always feel like you're being sarcastic.
Everybody says that. I'm being sincere.
I'll see. I don't know.
And just as you finish taking this shot and you're maybe reloading the musket slowly in case there are any more, Mies, you feel the scrape of the sand up against the bottom of your dinghy, and you guys are now shallow enough that you can get out and start shoving the dinghy to shore.
Great reefs. Finally.
Bastion, you are free and clear for the moment. I imagine you're making a break for that close by dinghy.
Yeah.
All right. I need you to make one last strength check.
How about an 8?
An 8 is fortunately enough for this time, since there's no immediate danger and the dinghy is now trying to help you a little bit now that the horrible devil zombie is eliminated.
Nice. I just climb up onto the boat and I lay on my back and I start crying.
Oh no!
And everyone on that dinghy feels really uncomfortable.
Not very piratey, my guy. Sorry.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, what do we do? Do we throw him
This is
back in?
against the code. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty sure pirates aren't allowed to cry. They all row to shore, though. The one box of ash, a price that will most likely be taken out of the cut of Mies, Flood, and Bastion. But, you know, you guys aren't splitting with Dirty Joe now anyway, so it'll probably be fine.
I'm gonna beat the hell out of the captain if that happens. It's fine.
You all reach shore on Carcass Beach. There is the half of the ship that has long washed up on shore many, many years ago, where supposedly the ghost of Sir Francis Drake resides. There's a small cave system here off of Carcass Beach where Captain Davies puts the cargo and kind of sets up a little makeshift camp. Some of the pirates do have a sort of living situation here, and Captain Davies also has like a room, a natural cave room, basically. But yeah, once you get the boxes into the caverns, he is grumpy with you guys, but he does give you your pay. Cut a little bit short from the lost box, but not a ton. Suppose it depends on what Mies's tolerance is for that.
It is none. And
It
I
is
will
none.
be chesting up to the captain. Where's the rest?
Okay? Go ahead and make a presence check to be a scurry pirate.
I'm not very scurry. I am 13 scurry.
13 scurry is unfortunately not enough for this salty, crusty pirate that is Captain Davies. And he chests up right back to you. And in fact, a few of his more regular veteran crew members kind of form behind him. And he says, "Ye be the one that lost the crate. Ye pay the price."
Not something that I could control, Captain.
"You should have been more careful. That be not my
Careful.
fault."
Careful! I was rowing the boat by myself. All of you other men took 2 on this dinghy.
Aye, then take it up with ye crewmates. They were on the boat too. If ye be so buttered about the rate, then take it out of their blood.
Ashton!
Bastion.
Dirty Joe, you didn't come back for me.
That's not me name! Get over here!
I'm gonna run over and try to grab my things.
Mies is gonna clothesline Bastion from trying to get his things.
Oh no!
Are you trying to do this to deal damage? Do you care if you killed Bastion or not?
Not particularly. He can't get my name right.
Okay, then let me think here. I'm trying to decide if this would be an attack roll from Mies or an agility roll, a defense roll from Bastion.
Either way is bad for me.
I'm holding up the meatiest arm. My muscles are magic. It's so meaty.
I'm gonna say this is an agility roll from Bastion to try and dodge this arm that gets hefted up as you're rushing for your gear.
Okay, what kind of roll?
Agility.
Nice, beautiful,
Hey,
and flawless.
17.
Yeah,
That's
quick.
the time you roll well.
I just faced the devils in the ocean. I won't be slain by an arm.
There is resting in this game, by the way. You can take a short rest to recover. I believe it's a D4. But you are able to duck under the arm and get your gear.
Nice. I'm gonna pull out my little wooden flask.
And start drinking it.
I'm gonna start drinking it.
Very good.
It's a relic.
I just want
what
to
does it
knock
do?
things out of Bastion's
It
hand.
heals me.
Oh, do you have to make a check to use it?
Yeah, I think so. Let's
That's
see.
with spirit, if I'm not mistaken. You test spirit, and you need a 12.
Okay. Let's do good at it. My spirit's only a -2.
Mine's a -3.
I
You
got
rolled a
0.
2.
Really?
I spill
Luckily,
it
it
because
wasn't
I'm
a
in such a
fumble.
fuss.
Your hand's like shaking.
So I'm stunned for a round and then I can't use it for the rest of the day.
Yeah. So Bastion, what does this look like as you try to use it and then you're stunned?
I just like try to drink it and I'm trembling because I'm so frightened and I start fumbling with it and all the liquid pours out.
Mies is yelling at Bastion's back while he's doing it.
Then
Yeah,
I'm gonna angrily tuck it away and I'm gonna walk over to Flood and I'm gonna grab my musket out of her hand.
Reloaded it for you.
That's mine.
Reloaded it for you.
You missed.
Greedy
Nice.
bastard.
I missed the first shot because I was gauging distance.
First shot's the most important. Look at my leg.
Sorry about your leg, but it is not my fault. Your
It
lady
is.
jumped into the water. I saved your life, and a little gratitude.
You
would go
let
a
the
long
cargo
way.
tip over and you drove recklessly, Joe.
Drove recklessly. My name is Mies. I'm gonna hit him. I'm gonna hit Bastion.
Oh no.
Okay, this is an attack roll, I think. Katie's like, I must kill this character. Must kill this man.
Can't get my damn name right.
Captain Davies, by the way, has lost interest in this argument, and he has
Figured.
walked away with the rest of the crewmates back into the caves.
Yeah.
Correct choice.
Is this a strength roll then? Or would it?
Yes. Yes.
Strength throw? Okay.
And it'll be a D2 of damage.
11.
Ooh. You miss it by 1. You need a 12.
Just hits air as Bastion ducks under. Say the correct name.
He looks so offended, just mouth agape. You're a barbarian. And I'm gonna walk away.
All right, you guys settle down for a little rest here in the caves after you have unloaded all the boxes and things. Captain Davies is not interested in hearing any more discussion of the rates, and he retires to his quarters here in the cave system. Around here, there are sort of cook fires and makeshift little camps set up and different little groups of pirates. A lot of them are dispersing to trek over to Cortaltown as well. Seems like overall, Captain Davies is done with you guys. He's paid you. You can kind of do whatever you want. You understand that he's not planning on taking off again for a short while, maybe, a few days. And, he has to sell the stuff that he has now brought to the island. So you're kind of free to do what you will. Coral Town is not too far away. I think, Bastion, this is enough time to short rest, which is just a regular D4. There's no risk of failing horribly here. So get back 2 whole hit points. Good for you.
Huge.
Egg.
Never die.
You hear in Coral Town of 2 main places that it sounds like many of the crew members are headed toward. There's the Green Kraken, which is the main tavern at the heart of Coral Town, and there is the Treasured Chest, which is a house of ill repute.
Ooh.
Hmm.
Okay.
I'm going there.
I'm gonna go with Bastion.
You love a
Please?
house of ill repute, but I'm gonna not go with Bastion later.
Yeah.
If
I'm
Mies
not
is going there, I'll go to the
anywhere
other
near
place.
you.
Yeah, no. I'm scared of Mies. Mies is about to fight us because we lost
You know what?
Mies' money.
Actually, no. Is there the best pub on the island?
The Green Kraken, yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm going to the Green Kraken. I am going to the best pub.
Okay. That's easy
You're gonna
enough,
go
yeah.
spend all that money you're not going to get back.
You think I'm gonna spend money? That's funny.
Hey, so Bastion, I'm gonna say as we're walking to the place of ill repute.
The Treasured Chest is what it's
treasure
called.
chest. Flood is grabbing Bastion by the elbow as they run over. You gotta tell me, what was it that you saw in there?
It was a devil.
Well, so it was just the skeleton that was pulling you down. There was nothing else?
That's a devil. Have you never seen a devil before?
I have seen a devil.
It wasn't a skeleton. They look like skeletons, but the telltale difference is the green eyes.
Got it. Yes, I've dealt with undead before.
You did know to hit it in the head.
Yes.
That was good.
Thank you.
Thank you for saving me, even though
What?
you cost me my leg.
Bastion, you are quite a frustrating individual.
Right back at you.
Listen, please. How are we going to get back to the ship without that happening again?
Without me swimming in the water. I'm
Well,
not going to swim in the water.
It bumped our ship multiple times.
Oh, you mean the devil. Well, you killed it.
I guess that's true. Perhaps there was only one.
If there's another devil, then we'll be ready with weapons at the side of the boat. I'll shoot this time. You can swing that pretty sword.
Yeah, because I want to be close enough to swing a sword.
Well, if it's going to be close enough to hit the boat, it'll be close enough to your sword.
I hate that kind of makes sense.
Of course it does.
We're going to travel in silence for the rest of the way.
No, we're not. I'm going to talk to you about devils
No.
and angels and about how they sound like elephants.
Don't you wish you went with Mies?
Yep, kind of.
Very good.
Pretty
KT, you can pull up the Coral Town picture for chat if you'd like.
I pulled it up once. I shall do again.
Yay! Thank you. All right, let me point out some locations for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
This front building right here, just off the docks, is the Green Kraken. So pretty easy to get to. There's
boring.
an old decaying church back here. The Treasured Chest is this large building here in the middle of town.
Nice.
The big mansion back here is the governor's house, the governor's mansion.
That'll be my mansion someday.
Mm-hmm.
You guys get the lay of the land pretty quickly. This, I said, is like a pretty small, sparsely populated place. There's like 1,500 people on the island total. And all of them, as far as you can tell, are of pretty low quality human beings.
Perfect.
So you fit right in.
Yeah.
Perfect. That's exactly what I was hoping for.
Yeah. All right, Mies, you make it to the Green Kraken. It's quite popular. being the only tavern, the only place to get good grog around here. Do you set up in a booth? Like, what do you want to do here? You kind of just lone wolf in it?
Yeah, I'm absolutely lone wolfing it. I'm at the bar on a stool demanding some grog.
Okay. There's a big guy who's running this place. You hear different people calling him Jonesy.
Jonesy.
Jonesy attends to you eventually and serves you up some grog. It costs you, I looked this up once, but I can't remember. I don't know, 2 silver. He is not talkative. He just communicates mostly in grunts.
Good.
But seems to get the point across.
I like grunts. Man of few words. After me own heart.
While you are drinking here, why don't you roll me a d6?
2.
As it be at various piratey hangout locales, there are lots of stories and rumors floating about. Because if pirates love anything more than grog, it's swapping stories.
All day. All tall tales.
Yes. And you hear some of that same talk about this the island being cursed, which, by the way, just for daylight hours' sake, we'll say it's kind of getting to twilight. It's not dark yet, but it's like getting later in the day, approaching evening time here. So you hear the same whispers of, don't go out after dark, this island is cursed, but you catch a new bit of information of people talking about how things on this island that die don't stay dead. And every night you hear this fabulous tale of every night, everything that died on the island rises up again as an undead creature. And if this is indeed true, you start to understand perhaps why Captain Davies operates his ash smuggling business out of such an island as this. But one sailor in particular is going on and on with this ridiculous and hilarious story about how he had to kill the fish he was eating twice in one day.
Mies gets such a kick out of that. I'll go over and sidle. Are they in at a table, a booth?
Yeah, it's a rough circular table. There's, we'll say, 4 pirates sitting around laughing.
Oh, Mies grabs a chair and just backwards sits down on it with their grog and what a fabulous story. Killed it twice.
Aye, and the chickens too.
The
chickens. You can imagine what a surprise that was the first time I had a meal here on Black Coral Bay.
Without they heads, I can only imagine they were walking around, strutting their stuff.
Aye, it gave me a bit of target practice I wasn't expecting, but it did make the dinner quite a bit more entertaining.
Oh, aye, a dinner and a show. Couldn't ask for more.
Aye, and he raises his glass to clink it against yours, and you guys make fast friends.
Oh, totally.
What's
I will
his name?
arm wrestle everyone here. This one's name is Giannis.
Giannis, okay. Go ahead and make 3 strength checks. This will be your little arm wrestling tournament.
1. Okay, 14.
Okay. You beat the first guy.
2.
That's good.
11.
You lose to the second.
I punched that one in the face for cheating.
And you lose to the third.
I'm accusing the last 2 of cheating. I'm probably 4 grogs in.
I ain't no cheater.
I would beat everybody with these magic muscles. Ye be cheating.
I know a lily-livered weakling when I lay me eyes on one.
A
And
weakling!
stands
Mies tackles that one.
A brawl starts up. This is merely the 10th one of the night.
Yeah.
That has broken out across the bar. It seems to be pretty typical behavior here. Give me an attack and 2 agility rolls as you're throwing punches and taking punches.
Attack, okay. Let's do. Oh man, I have
That'll
a
be
machete.
strength.
Yeah.
Are you breaking out the machete?
not
Okay.
not in a good old bar fight. Okay.
Okay.
One attack.
You don't make great contact, but yeah, you're tussling and everything. Go ahead and make 2 agility checks as you're dodging blows.
I hope these are good.
Whoa!
20.
You actually get to make a free attack against that guy who just absolutely whiffs you. You duck his jab, and you come back with an attack of your own.
Knees ducks, and it's like the midsection tackle and like onto a table, which breaks the table. That's how that goes. And then 1 more agility. Let's see. 111.
And you get clocked for a little bit right after. Someone comes up behind you after you've tossed this guy onto the table and just like sucker punches you in the back of the head. And
makes
you're gonna
sense.
take just a smidgen here. Oh, why did it roll 2? I didn't mean to roll 2.
It's like 3. Ow.
The first roll was 1, so we'll take that. You get 1 damage. 1 punch damage.
Hit with a tankard.
Yeah, exactly. Eventually, everyone tires themselves out, and Jonesy, once it calms down a little bit, starts to break it up as well. He seems well accustomed to this kind of thing, and he gets everyone sorted back to their corners, and soon you're swapping stories again, and it's like nothing ever happened.
Mm-hmm.
Flood and Bastion, you guys walk over to the treasured chest. It is pretty busy. Lots of people of all genders going in and out. You see a woman floating around the place checking on people, and she has an air like she's very much in charge around here. And as you watch and observe, you learn that her name is Madame Dubois. She's dressed nice. I mean, nice for what you pirates are normally accustomed to. She's by no means genteel, but she's got a pretty nice dress on. She's probably in her 40s, just has an air of authority and control that is a bit alluring.
I'll take 2 of your finest women and one of your finest gentlemen. If any of them know how to treat an injured leg, I'll tip extra.
This is where you're going for medical treatment. Lovely. She looks a bit surprised at the extravagance of your request. Most sailors who come through here are happy with, simply 1 person. But she looks at you up and down and she says, I assume you got the coin then to pay.
Do I look like a man who doesn't have the coin?
We get all types in here, sir.
Well, I do.
I'm simply a businesswoman.
How much coin?
That's a good question. Let me look it up.
That was such a bold request.
Just the march in. This is what I need, and I'll pay extra.
Bastion's a man who knows what he wants.
Yeah.
You gotta respect it.
Yeah,
I
totally.
do.
Yes.
Okay, night at a brothel. I feel like this is on the high end of what a typical night would be, and it gives me the range of 15 to 250 silver.
Oh
So,
boy, okay.
I don't think this is maybe the max, because it's not the nicest of nice places, but I do think it's going to be on the high end. Okay, this is going to cost you 130 silver.
Done.
Some deep pockets you got there.
Yep.
They will heal you for D4. One of them is, in fact, at least passable at
Nice.
medical treatment.
Yeah, it's gonna heal me for 2. That tops me off, and I'm
Oh my
gonna
gosh.
tip an extra 15 silver.
Wow! Just dripping in coin over here.
Big spender.
Wow. Just
But
throw
also-
the bag at him.
While I'm wandering through this, what is it, golden chest?
The treasured chest.
A treasured chest. I want to see if I can see any loose coin pouches to take.
Aha. All right. Really quick side note, I forgot to tell you how much you guys were paid. You all got 50 silver for this job.
Okay, you just
Ooh.
add that
Except
to my character.
for me's, right?
No, you all got that. You all got that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Go.
You all got cut because you were on the dinghy that lost the box.
Yeah. Go straight into Davy Jones' locker.
Straight to jail.
Straight to jail.
Straight to Davy Jones' locker.
Yeah.
All right, you're looking for some coin pouches to swipe from some distracted pirates.
Yep.
So go ahead and make a presence check to look around first.
Nope, that's a 4.
Boy, the dude that they paired you with, the women are nice looking, but this man is a specimen, and you just cannot keep your eyes off of him. You're trying to look around, but he keeps drawing your attention back to him as he leads you through the place back to the back corner.
The last thing you hear, Flood, is, "They called me Boom. I'm a pirate."
They call me Boom.
I'm a pirate.
Just
In
so
a town
you know.
arguably populated only by pirates.
If you have to say you're a pirate, are you really a pirate?
Bastion's not your typical pirate.
Mm-hmm.
The man purrs to you
Ominous.
as he leads you back. Oh, I can't wait to find out why. And you feel like $1 million. They're they're good here. All right, Flood. You see Bastion disappear off to do whatever he's gonna do with his apparently endless amounts of silver.
Yeah. So Flood definitely looks like she's perusing the goods until Bastion's gone before scuttling over to the madame. So, do you have anybody who's just like okay if their client cries afterwards?
Go ahead and make a presence check.
Okay, I don't have that. 16.
16. She looks at you a little. There's like a flash of judgment, and then it kind of melts to like endearing. Like she finds this kind of endearing. And she says, she kind of brushes your cheek like lovingly, and she says, "Oh, my dear, we take all kinds here. As long as you got the coin."
Yes, of course. I have coin.
Then we can fix your write-up.
Thank you. That's so nice.
This is certainly not the strangest request I've ever received here. Don't you worry. Life upon the sea can be very taxing.
Yeah, it can be. And I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Of course, sweetie. And she holds out her hand for the coin, and then will lead you over to man, woman? What is your preference?
Literally.
Anyone
Cannot
who
care
can handle
what people
crying.
hide in their panties.
As long as they can handle my tears.
Exactly.
All right, very good. She leads you over to a large woman who is somewhere between motherly and sexy.
Sick. A MILF.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So she leaves you
What's-
there. It's gonna cost you. It's gonna cost you 15 silver. This is a pretty minor, request that you've made. Nothing
you.
like Bastion's elaborate night. As you guys are enjoying yourselves, you also drum up a bit of information, just in passing, whispered conversations, things you maybe learned from your company for the evening. And I need you both to roll a d6.
Me?
Both of you, yeah, Flood and Bastion, both.
This is probably to see. Oh, Chase.
1.
That's a 1. I got a 3.
Okay,
Would you expect anything else from me tonight?
it's okay.
No,
It's just a table. Nobody panic.
I'm panicking. I'm not there.
So
I assumed this was the severity of my syphilis.
you don't already have that?
Well, it's not presenting.
Bastion, you rolled the 1?
Yep.
Okay. So you hear over the course of the night, maybe a whispered conversation between 2 of your companions. You hear that the governor's daughter is missing. And you hear snatches, and it's kind of like it goes something like, I heard Veronique is still missing. The governor's in a complete panic. I heard he upped the bounty again for information. That's right, I saw it's up to 1,000 silver. Incredible. And Flood, you hear about a place called Skeleton Point, which I should have pointed out on the map because you guys would have been able to see this from anywhere on the island. It's definitely the most notable landmark. In that Coral Town image, it's kind of in the background. I'll ping it for you so you can see what I'm talking about. But there's an islet that extends off the island. Basically, it's connected by one small land bridge, and it's sort of its own little area. But there's an old castle on this islet. Ruins, ancient looking, and there is a ship that is skewered on top of one of the parapets of this castle. Impossibly so, but it's there nonetheless. You would not miss that sailing into this island. You would have seen it for sure. And you've learned that it's called Skeleton Point. Everyone that you hear talking about it does so with that same trepidation, sort of cursed energy, like nobody goes there. It's dangerous. But you hear from someone in passing who's leaving the treasure chest flood. You hear them talking about plans to go explore Skeleton Point and find the treasure hidden there. And one of the guys responds and says, "That be a little treacherous for my blood. Don't you know that treasure be cursed?" And the other pirate, she waves him off and she says, "I ain't no lily-livered landlubber like ye. I be going after that treasure. I will be rich while ye all be believing in superstitions." And they kind of walk out.
Well, I say out loud, I'm going to find that girl, and then I'm going to marry her, and I'm going to run this town. Who's crying?
Who's crying? All right. And with those rumors sown and heard, and your nights passing in relative peace and comfort, we shall end episode 1 there of Pirate Borg.